You would have thought that since Epic has seen these last few videos, seen the community's response, and literally do anything than what they've presented before us. Epic has doubled down on what I've proven to be true, and that's minimizing existing skill gaps within the game, catering to their casual demographic to give them a fighting chance, while also taking the time to invest $100 million into what is supposed to be their skill gap driven competitive environment. This is based on what I know, but I do have some speculations later on, and I think these are going to be interesting. Epic knows what we want. We have done our part. Generally, they listen to the community, and that partially contributes to their success. So that begs the question, why are they ignoring us now? I think this is a very interesting topic, and I want to explore that today. So before we begin, I want to read the article that has everyone freaking out. This article illustrates Epic's roadmap from here, and I want to discuss what I think they might be doing, and hopefully calm some people down. Fortnite is constantly evolving. Our goal with any change is to keep the game fun and interesting, keeping it feeling fresh and new. It is important to support a variety of late game strategies that don't boil down to just build LOL. We strongly believe that the evolution of Fortnite supports a wide range of playstyles and counterplay. Currently, the superiority of shotguns, rockets, and uncapped building are such a dominant playstyle in the final circle that most other strategies are being drowned out. We have made a few changes recently, and we will continue to make more, to give you options to counter other players in combat, especially in the late game. We are exploring changes to weapon balance and resource economy, like resource caps. You should be able to find Victory Royale through multiple strategies. Shotguns should be strong, but other weapons have room to grow. Not every encounter should end in a build-off. We want to empower you to showcase your skill, strategy, and tactics in a variety of ways. So right there, hands down, it is true. They are nerfing the only existing skill gap within the game, which is the build meta. I am pretty scared they're going to try to pull this game into an environment where you're supposed to base camp. The game was marketed that way, made apparent by the most popular Fortnite pick to ever exist. I've experienced this before. Some of my old fans might remember Division. Division was a cover-based shooter at its base, but people didn't utilize cover when the game was at its all-time peak. Because of the skill-based mechanics that were being utilized outside of cover shooting, it made for really intense, close-range, skill-based, satisfying PvP. This was amazing and honed some of my best gaming experiences I've ever had. And nobody played the game how it was designed to be played. It's when you destroy mechanics to further push the game into how it was marketed is what will indefinitely hurt a game, and is what killed Division. Epic knows this, so my second speculation is that they've doubled down and they're confidently trying to push skill-based mechanics elsewhere. After all, they did say it in the article. What I believe Epic is doing is nerfing building so it's not the most important aspect of the game like it is right now, while at the same time they're getting ready to drop some serious reworks to weapons and potentially their shooting model. They mentioned they wanted to promote other playstyles, and in Fortnite's current state, I don't think any other playstyle exists that doesn't involve building, unless you're referring to people that full spray ARs or rocket mains, and they've already nerfed that. They might be pushing the game into an environment where you only need a gun and raw skill to succeed. Materials could be a bonus to help with bad positioning, and if this actually happens, I would be thrilled and I would probably play the game to death, but I don't think the game is going to survive if they rework everything this late into the game. I've mentioned this before. After a lot of open discussion, I don't think core gameplay mechanics should be changed if they want to keep this game alive and healthy. A suggestion I still agree with is more materials. It doesn't affect how the building works, but it does allow it to be utilized more often, and being the skill gap that it is, this is good for the game, and I would feel comfortable making that call. Another speculation that I have is that resource gathering might be getting increased along with the cap being decreased. This would allow some element of resource management to still exist in the game while making sure you're not stuck hitting trees for a third of your match. This is probably the best change they could make, and this is a happy middle ground that I would accept, and I'm sure a lot of people are behind me on this. Now, this is the portion of my video that I've been contemplating putting in, so I saved it for after the bulk of my video. A lot of people have been asking my opinions on both Myth and the Smith plays, reacting to my video and trying to join the discussion. I really don't have much to say about Patrick. I'm personally a fan of his format, and I thought he did a really good video on the topic. He doesn't agree with my claims that the game is dying, but he definitely believes that the game is taking a regressive route. I've backed up the claim that the game is in fact losing interaction, which would lead me to believe that the game is dying, but there is no definitive answer. that anyone can offer about how their concurrent numbers are doing. I see a lot of people arguing total player count as if that number can even decrease in the first place. But anyways, myth. This is the spicy one. Personally, if you ask me, I thought his response was moronic and I found it really hard to take seriously. He skipped essential parts of my videos, he didn't back up his claims, and disagreed with me before he even knew if he was correct. This was a beautiful thing. Blitz V1, mind you. Blitz V2 was a flop. It went from like, what, 150% material gathering to only like 50%? Like little things like this help.
No, it went from 2.0 to 1.5. What the fuck?
Tell me that Epic doesn't like skill-based mechanics.
What? Did it? Am I flawed? They went from 2.0 to 1.5, not fucking 1.5 to 0.5. What?
No. It used to be 150%, then they reduced it to double, and then they reduced it to 50%. We are getting a third of the mats that we used to get, and that's not taking in the 100 material floor drops into consideration. He argued that people cannot get bored of farming due to it projecting you into mid and late game, when myself and others have literally quit because farming for so long is boring and overall ruins the pace of mid game. When no one is pushing anyone else and everyone's farming trees, you're going to have few fights and that is boring. There is a reason that a fourth of the lobby lands tilted every single game. I thought the shopping cart would help speed up mid game, but if you opted to push people mid game, you didn't have mats and lost. He ironically brings up cost-benefit analysis when it can literally be used to dismantle his own argument. Let's do some quick cost-benefit analysis. First, let's take our cost. Increase materials. The benefit to this? The skill gap can be utilized more often, meaning the game is inherently more skill-based. We would get faster-paced games due to not as many people farming mats as long. An additional cost would be to cap it sooner. The benefit to this is resource management is still important. There's a lot more to this, but I think you get the point. Another point he tried to make was that only the skilled players would benefit from harvesting when that's observably untrue. Also, how are you supposed to get better at building in an environment where you build less? I urge you to take the time to watch his video and see if you agree with him. Not a lot of people do, but I don't think it's fair to have me cherry pick points because I'm trying to keep this short. But anyways, I do believe this conversation is dying down, so don't expect these videos to be coming out very often. Epic has their input, now it's just time for us to play a waiting game. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I do appreciate everything so far. The success in these videos has been absolutely amazing. I love you guys, and I hope to see you in my next video. Peace out, everybody.